Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So we all yesterday were very happy, I think, with the palace to hear the news that Harry is coming to the coronation by himself. Now, I was very intrigued by the way that the announcement came out, because it came out this way. The palace is pleased to announce that the Duke of Sussex will attend the coronation, and the Duchess of Sussex will stay in Montecito with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibeth. And they did not even say one word about feeling sad or disappointment or anything, just being pleased that Harry is coming. And it sounded as if they are even pleased, and I'm sure that they are pleased, that Meghan is not coming. Now, there were so many commentaries and people talked about it so much. And some said, and I agree, that the big loser here is Archie himself. The excuse that is being given is that because it's Archie's birthday, Meghan decided to stay in Montecito to celebrate his birthday. But what could have been a better celebration for a 4-year-old than to be in his grandfather's coronation, to being the king of England? I mean, that is something that I don't think that he will ever have a chance to be. I don't think that he will ever be invited to such an event, not with William. And I hope that there will be a coronation for King William in the future. But I can be quite certain that unless something really changes, Archie probably will not be there. So that is really a shame, because he didn't have to be a page boy like George. He could have been just a spectator. It could have been such a great experience for him, and such a great celebration. And if you remember yesterday, I did in my reading regarding Catherine, I asked the cards what is it that she needs to be careful, what does she need to be worried about, or to put her attention on, what should she focus on. And the card that I got was the Three of Cups, which is the celebration. And I said that the celebration that is looming is the king's coronation. And I said that maybe something will happen during the coronation or around the coronation, and she needs to be very careful. Something probably that will come from the Montecito duo. Now, people are speculating that what is Meghan preparing for us for Coronation Day? So I'm going to divide the speculation into two. So people are speculating on the reasons why Meghan decided to stay and not come to the coronation, and they are speculating on what is it that she is planning for the day of the coronation, and what is she going to try to do to upstage the coronation. So first of all, my reading today is going to be regarding what her plans are going to be, and I'm going to do it with a tarot reading, as this is the best way to look into options. And if you remember how I do the tarot reading, I start with first reading that is an SOS reading or another general reading, and then I am asking the cards to align in the way that will answer my questions correctly. And then I'm asking questions. I'm taking 4 cards for each question. I'm taking 4 cards, and and I'm not opening them. And the 5th card is the answer. So I have here a list of 6 questions that I have here, and this is going to be today. And tomorrow I'll do another reading in which I will look into the possible reasons of why Meghan decided not to come. There are numerous possible reasons for that as well. And the tarot deck that I'm using is the Sea Witch Tarot. This tarot deck is actually based on this character of the Sea Witch, which is always with her eyes closed. She always have this mask over her eyes, and I think that this is something that is very telling and very fitting to use for Meghan. And I don't know why, but many of the witches' decks are purple. So this one is purple as well. So just before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own reading, do your own research and decide for yourself. Okay, so the first reading is going to be about the way that the palace is feeling after the announcement that Meghan is not coming and that only Harry is coming. So it's not an SOS. So I'm just going to take 3 cards to look at the general, let's say, energies for King Charles and for Prince William, for all of them, for the royal family, for the Windsors. How do they feel right now? That would be the first question that will start the tarot reading. So let's start with clearing the deck. Okay, so how is the palace or the Windsor family feeling right now after it become known that Harry is coming to the coronation alone without Meghan? What is the general atmosphere in the royal family after it became known that Harry is coming to the coronation without his wife and children, alone and Meghan is staying in California? How do the royal family, the King, Prince William, Catherine, Queen Camilla, how do they all feel now that it became evident that Harry is coming alone to the coronation without his wife? Okay. Now, I suppose that despite the fact that they are pleased that Meghan is not coming, it is mixed feelings. I suppose that it's not complete happiness. So let's see what we get. And I'm just taking 3 cards. And let's open them. So the first card is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is the queen that is usually someone who cares about the good of everyone, someone who is with social responsibility, someone who doesn't really, someone who is not so much thinking about herself, but mostly about the good of the world. Someone who is, she's the one who is sacrificing things for the good of everyone. She's the one that is with social responsibility. She's the one, so this is the archetype of the person that is, this is the archetype of the person who is a king. So someone who will sacrifice his own family connections for the good of the people. For the someone who will sacrifice things that because he cares about environment, because he cares about social responsibilities, someone who will give money for social responsibilities. So this is first thinking about, okay, so maybe I have to give away my desire to see my grandchildren, because this is the best way to deal with the coronation, because I don't need the diversion of Meghan around. I don't need her around. And if that means that I won't see my grandchildren, this is what I have to give up. So I will sacrifice my desire to see my grandchildren, but I will see, at least my son will come. So this is the Queen of Swords. So this is the first card. The second card is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, that is the king, that is the higher religious authority. That is a person that is not only controlling the material world, but also the one who does the right thing. So the Hierophant is not only someone who is the king here. In this instance, that is the king, because the king is the higher authority of the church. But here it is, but the Hierophant is also the person that does the right thing. So this goes well with the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords is also the archetype of the person who will do the right thing. So if it means to give up something that is very dear to that person, like seeing the grandchildren, like I don't know, whatever you think you can think of, that person will give that up because it is for the good of everyone. And as you can see here, the Hierophant does have a crown. So this is another hint that we are not talking only about a Hierophant, not only about the head of the Church of England, but also the king. So this is about being the king. This is about being the one who does the right thing, and someone who is doing what is right for the country, what is right for the people, and what is right for the coronation. So that is mostly King Charles. So what we are getting here is mostly King Charles, and the way that he's executing his inner truth and understanding that he needs to act out of believing, and this is about this is even about a religious ceremony, and we know that the coronation is a religious ceremony. Now there are, I know, disagreements regarding the religious ceremony, because I know that he wants to be inclusive for all religions, and I know that there is this disagreements with the head of the church, because this is a Christian ceremony, and he wants to be more inclusive for other religions as well. But this only shows that he really wants to do what is right and what he believes that is right. So he is trying to execute his inner truth. But in this instance, this is about doing the right thing, and this is about giving up things that he really would have wanted. He would have wanted to see his grandchildren, but he understands that he needs to give it up. So because this is really for the good of everyone, because having Meghan at the coronation is just unspeakable. And the last card that we're getting here is Justice. So this is another major arcana. So we get here a very spiritual energies, and the Justice card is about looking at everything and deciding what to cut out, what is unnecessary. So this is another card that is showing us that the king and the royal family looked at Meghan and the children and decided they are not necessary. And right now, they feel that this was the right thing to do. So once again, these are the energies for the Windsor right now. They believe that this is the right thing. This is the what they should have done. This is what should have happened. The Justice card is showing us that this is about cutting out whatever is not helping the coronation, whatever is not helping them as a family to move forward. This is about being very clear, very sharp. So I think that they also let Harry understand that although the invitation was for both of them, that Meghan is not really welcome, and this is about being very easy-hearted and cutting out. And it's funny because the Justice card is also about court cases and about divorces. So whether it is connected to the fact that Harry was in England for a court case, and maybe then there was the communication that was given to him that Meghan is not really welcomed, or whether it is something that was that is a premonition of a divorce here. I don't know, but tomorrow this is one of the things that I'm going to check right now. Okay, so now I'm going to do the tarot reading. Okay, so let's just shuffle again. So this is the riffle shuffle, in which I make sure that the cards are really shuffled. And when I do the shuffle this way, I'm actually entering the questions into the deck. So first I'm going to clear the deck. Okay, so please align the cards in the correct way to answer my next questions. Please align the cards in the correct way to answer my next questions. Please align the cards answer my next questions in the correct way. Please align the cards to answer my next questions regarding what is Meghan planning to do to upstage the coronation, if she is planning something. What is most probable that she's planning to upstage the coronation? Please align the cards in the correct way to answer my next questions. Please align the cards to answer my next questions in the correct way. Please align the cards to answer my next questions in the correct way. So in tarot readings, we're cutting just once. And the first question is Meghan Markle planning to declare a divorce from Harry? So, as I've said, I'm taking 4 cards, and the 5th card is the answer. Now, usually, most of the cards in the tarot are message card and not a yes or no answers. If I get a yes or no answer, it's very easy. But if I get a message card, then I need to understand the message. So the answer is the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 8 of Pentacles is a clear yes answer. Okay, so, well, you see, this is what the cards are saying. Meghan Markle is planning to announce that she is divorcing Harry. Probably because she thinks that he's not a good prospect in order to gain a lot of money now, because someone said today that Harry's earning abilities are very much reduced now because he has probably did of everything that he could have done. He wrote his book. There is no real material for another Netflix documentary. And I don't know what is going to happen with the Invictus Games documentary, but nothing is really coming out of this. And it seems like Meghan really believes that she already got from Harry whatever she wanted. She got the fame, she got the publicity, everyone knows who she is, so she can now build her brand, and her brand might be better without him around her. And if you if any of you, I will put down in the description box the latest video by motivation. Well, I will put it down. It's a hilarious satirical channel that does amazing funny videos, and his last video about Meghan not coming to the coronation is just really, I mean, I was really peeing in my pants because of that. So, but he said it in a very clear way. Meghan really, right now for her, Harry is extra baggage. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is really the case. And maybe she won't really say that she's divorcing him, but she will say something about a separation. And you know, people are saying that maybe Harry hasn't even returned to the UK and to the USA after the court case, and he is still in the UK, and he's going to stay in the UK up until the coronation. I'm not sure whether that is true or not, but well, you know, this Lady Colin Campbell has been saying that they are not living together for a long time, so I won't be surprised if that was the case. Okay, next. Will she announce that she had an abortion? So that is another option. And the answer is... Sorry, it's upside down. No, it wasn't upside down. So the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Page of Wands is a message card, and this is not a clear yes or no. The Page of Wands is a page that is usually very keen on studying and learning, and he wants to, it's someone who, the archetype of a person that is jumping from one bandwagon to another bandwagon, because he's never really excited about anything. He's never ignited with anything. He's always looking for something that will ignite him, that will excite him. But he is someone that is really interested with studying, with learning, but also someone that is very much going from one bandwagon to another bandwagon. So that is a probably, maybe, but not a clear yes. Okay, next. To say the truth, after the first bombshell, it's hard for me to get other options, but let's go further. So the next option is some kind of a disaster in Montecito, a fire or something that might happen to the children. So that is another option that she might come up with. So let's see what the cards are saying about that. And we're getting the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands, that is not it's another message card, but the Five of Wands is a card that speaks about the being able to win or to get that victory, but only if you're asking for help, and this has to be an unconventional help. Now, we know that Meghan likes to do things by herself. She doesn't like having other people do things. Well, she does love having people do things for her, but not things that she thinks. That came out all wrong. Well, you know that she doesn't like to admit that she needs help. So this is something that she doesn't want to admit. She will never admit that she needs help. So she never ask for help. So this is about, you can only, in the Five of Wands, you can only get that victory if you're asking for help. So this is the message of this card. And if you're not getting that help, this is a card of difficulties, of struggles, of feuds. So this is more of a no. So I don't think that she will go that way. But you do see that she is, that the witch in this card is fighting. So there is a fight here, there is a struggle here, but I don't think that as an answer to the question of whether she will announce about of a disaster that happened in Montecito, that is a no. Okay, the next option is that she will instigate some kind of a reunion with Thomas Markle. So let's see if that is an option. Okay, so let's see. Is it possible? And we're getting the King of Wands. And That is a question because the King of Wands is the initiator, and I think that Thomas Markle is pretty much a King of Wands, like Meghan Markle herself is the Queen of Wands. I mean, if you ask A.G. Tudor, he will say that he says that Thomas Markle is a narcissist. I'm not sure that that is true, but the King of Wands is the initiator. This is someone who is impulsive. This is about new beginnings. So, but it's also about a person that is getting very easily irritated, very easily angry, impatient, losing interest very easily. So this is also a maybe. And the maybe here is not because Meghan wouldn't try. Because this is about new beginnings, she might try to convince maybe Tom Markle Jr. or maybe some other people from Thomas Markle's side that it might be a great idea to get a reunion. But I don't think that Thomas Markle himself will be willing to play into her hands because of his anger, because he's lost interest already, because he is irritated with her, because he's impatient, because he is too angry. So I think that this is a maybe, but not very likely. Okay, next is a very festive relaunch of the TIG. So let's see if this is something that she thinks that can top the coronation. I don't think so, but maybe she does. So let's see if that is something that she thinks that she can outdo the coronation with. And we're getting the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is another card just like the Five of Wands. They are very similar. And the Five of Swords is a card that speaks about getting off the fence and the need to do something. So this is like doing something because you have nothing else to do. And this is like looking at your options and seeing that none of the options is good, and you are bound to go into the ravine no matter what. So all options are bad and nothing is really good, but you need to do something. You need to be active. You need to do some kind of action. So if she will decide to do this relaunch of the TIG, a festive relaunch of the TIG, that would be because she has no other options. That would be because she's not ready to announce a divorce yet, and because Thomas Markle is unwilling to make that reunion, and because there is no real disaster in Montecito. So all of these things, and she cannot say that she went through an abortion because no one will believe, not abortion, I'm sorry, a miscarriage, because nobody will believe her that she was pregnant, or she has no, or maybe because Harry will come out and say that this is untrue. So deciding to do this festive relaunch of the TIG will be the last resort. It will be an action of someone who has no other choices. Okay, so the last question is the last possibility is a very festive birthday party for Archie, with as the sugars are trying to say that there will be a lot of A-list performers, and all of the people that said no to the coronations concert will come to perform for Archie, Adele, and Elton John, and others. Although you know that the court case is due to go on in London after the coronation, a few days after the coronation, so it looks like Elton John will need to be in London right after the coronation as it is. So this is the last option. Is it possible that she will do that? Let's see. So what do the cards say? And we are getting the Sun. So this is another yes card, but if we are comparing both of these cards, both of them are yes cards, but this is a major arcana and this is a minor. And minors are always stronger when we are comparing them in questions that are earthly questions, because they are more feasible, they are more down to earth, they are more able to, they are easier to execute. The Sun card is also a card of happiness, and she will try, of course, she will release pictures of Archie's birthday. She will try to show the world how happy they are, how happy the children are. And this is, of course, the father card. So she will try to show the world how happy they are, and they don't need Harry, the father, because she can perform this great birthday party for Archie without his father. And this is the second year in a row that Archie's father isn't in Harry's in his birthday party. So this goes even well with the possibility of a separation or even a divorce. So yeah, this is going very well together. So she will, no doubt, come out with pictures and with even videos maybe of Archie's birthday party. I don't think that she will come out with will be able to come up with performers that will come to perform in Archie's birthday party, A-listers or anything of the sort. But she will try to show the world how happy they are and how they can be happy even though they are not going to the coronation. She will try to show that the world that she doesn't need the coronation, she doesn't need the royal family to be happy with her children. And she doesn't need Harry, the father, in order to be happy with her children. And that is why I still think that this is the best option, and this is what she will probably do. She will announce something that is connected to the separation from Harry. This is my opinion, and we will have to wait and see what happens 3 weeks from now, 3.5 weeks from now. Okay, so just before I will go to the oracle card, which is the witch's wisdom that I've used before, I just want to tell you something about what is going on with our democracy fight. So we're still fighting for democracy, and I'm still very much involved with that. And on Saturday night, we have this very big demonstration, and one of the leaders of the other camp is coming to where we demonstrate in order to try to disrupt our demonstration. And I really hope that there won't be any kind of violence, and that everything will go smoothly and peacefully, because our demonstrations are non-violent. But their side can be violent many times. And one more thing is that next week, next Tuesday, is the Holocaust Memorial Day. And I thought that day, usually I don't do readings that day, and I think that day I will do that story that I wanted to do after Harry did his meeting with Dr. Mate, and tell you a little bit about the Holocaust in Hungary, and a little bit about my grandmother and her story during the Holocaust. So if you're still interested, let me know in the comments. And one more thing, in the beginning of March, I announced a tarot giveaway, and I haven't done that yet because of everything that happened, and I am still going through with that. So that is why in every end of every video, I'm putting a link to the video of the tarot giveaway. If you want to participate, go to that video, leave a comment, and I will do the giveaway in the end of April. Okay, so witch's wisdom. What can we do to sabotage Meghan's attempts to outstage the coronation? So let's clear the deck. So what can we do to withstand Meghan's attempts to sabotage the coronation? How can we sabotage Meghan's attempt to upstage the coronation? What can we do to withstand Meghan's attempt to upstage the coronation? And the card that I'm getting is the Book of Shadows, Secret. Okay, so the message of this card is that the knowledge that we possess runs deeper than we think. We have the information we need to move forward, and we need to allow the answers to shine forth, and then we will gain all the knowledge that we need to help us on our journey. So we need to play our cards close to our chest. Someone wishes to claim our ideas as their own. So we need to be trustworthy friends. Document our ideas and trust in some kind of book of shadows, and then trust in it. So this is about keeping our cards to our chest, not telling the other side, and that is true to everyone, not telling the other side what we're planning or what we're trying to do, and maybe keep the lead on things and wait and see what is going to happen. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.